Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. Wow, what exciting times we live in. We're so thankful that you guys are with us on this ride here at the beginning of a new era, a new age.
Indeed, after the eclipse, whole new world.
It really is. After the eclipses, everything has changed. We want to thank everybody for their support on Patreon. Again, you can join us over there for as little as $1 a week. A month. What? Are they insane? $1 a month in these times? A dollar's worth like nothing. Yeah, well, you do get exclusives. It does support us, and you do become part of that inner family, so to speak.
And, we haven't been accused of being sane too often, so...
No, but we are being verified as, I mean, I've never had even the slightest doubt in my entire life about not just extraterrestrial life, but interdimensional life. Again, ultra-terrestrial. That's the term we should be using when we talk about beings that are not us, but very intelligent and, in most cases, and also, they've been interacting with us forever, always. Comet Atlas, this is a fun one. It's not just Comet Atlas in these times, as we are watching it brighten. We also have Comet Swan. In fact, we have 7 comets, coming up over the next 3-4 months. And we've had Oumuamua, which means scout, come through at the beginning of all this with that first eclipse in 2017 when, again, I started the channel. August 2017. Boy, that was something coming from higher self. And that's what I mean about listening to higher self, because I had no intentions of trying to reach millions of people with the channels. And no, it was just to keep in contact with just a few, a small group of people when I had relocated. This is the Buga sphere. Now, this is amazing because this, in case you don't know, this was sighted flying about, right? It was seen flying about in Colombia. It hit like a power line, came to the ground. It was picked up, brought in to be analyzed. What the heck is this? Whose drone is this? And when they looked at it, they realized this is not typical. This is not usual. This thing was moving about in all different ways. It was very impressive. What's also really, really odd, as it's been in human possession for a while now, this was first grabbed by humans that we know of in this era about 6 months ago, back in March. And it's been analyzed. And again, when you look to it, it is really cool. I mean, it's interesting. It seems to be made from one piece. You have this little stamp, which certainly looks like circuitry, like it's depicting that there's circuits. And it is said that there is what appears to be a chip in the center of it. Really interesting is nothing's been added or taken from this besides a little bit of material, a little bit of resin that they sent in to have it carbon dated. And the resin, as it turns out, goes back to about the exact same time period as the Younger Dryas Extinction event, 12,560 years old. Okay, so wow. So you're looking at something that's a sphere and could fly that apparently is 12,560 years old. Obviously, the thought would go to, well, it couldn't have been made by humans, right? Or could it? Well, again, when we go back to the past, we'll find that there's very, very curious things that point to the fact that whether humans had this technology and created technology like this themselves, they were certainly around it, and they were around beings that had way advanced technology. So what is up with this? Is this just art, or is this hieroglyphics? Is it some sort of probe? Is it, what is it doing? What was it doing? Was it taking some sort of samples? Was it monitoring people? I mean, this is just so cool, so fascinating. And now we got carbon dating. And, this is Dr. Stephen Greer. Astounding results from carbon-14 dating of the resin from the Buga sphere, about 12,560 years old. Again, they give us the younger Dryas Extinction event at about 12,700 or so, 12,800. So was this maybe analyzing and poking around right after the extinction event? Right before, during, who owned this thing? Again, farmers recovered a seamless metallic sphere in March 2025 after reports of it descending from the sky. On September 21st, 2025, UFO researcher Dr. Stephen Greer announced that radiocarbon dating by the University of Georgia Center for Applied Isotope Studies found an internal resin sample to be 12,560 years old, dating to about 10,600 BC. Skeptics note that the dating applies only to the organic resin. So could it possibly have gotten inside and, maybe it's not that old? All things are possible. All things are possible. But when you look at this, and now we have, official carbon dating given to us by the scientists, it seems like a lot's coming out in this time. A lot is coming out. And it's not just one thing. I mean, it's tons of things that are coming out. So this is the report from the University of Georgia. Wow, wow, wow. Don't forget the legends around the world. Here you go. This famous Inca legend says Viracocha, or Quetzalcoatl, will return to our modern time through a Ripon time. Time travel. Is time travel possible? I think it is. Now, whether you can reassemble a body, that might be a separate thing.
Well, if you can do time travel, I feel you could go bounce back and forth and keep yourself from aging too much, possibly, especially if you're skipping time and going through portals. And then, looking at this, I mean, it does prove at one point things were made to last, and I mean last a long time. I mean, even if you have an older refrigerator, you should probably hold on to it because the new ones die out in a couple of years. This is just truly amazing. I do believe the etchings on there are charged with some sort of energy and tension that interacts with the ether. What I think makes it really unique is I feel the ether was very, very different from the carbon dating they gave than what it is today, yet it still seems to function really well.
It's also really interesting because this thing seems to have the ability to manipulate gravitational fields. Obviously, it was flying. When they initially had it, they weighed it at about 4 pounds, and now it weighs over 20 pounds. Huh. That's just really wild. Again, when you look to whether it's the Inca or the Aztec, or whether it's the Dogon tribe over in Africa, or anywhere you look to the indigenous people, they all tell you that beings came here from the stars in the ancient past. That's just a given. And they also taught us a lot of things. Sure does look like today's circuitry. This post is saying the Buga orb sphere seems to use 5-phase power integrated chip and fractal antenna for communication purposes. Slide 2 from July 26, 1996 in Crops shows nearly identical symbols for a 3-phase power with 3 wire coils rather than 5. Slide 4 comes from a science paper, but it's also been drawn in crop circles. So is this really the intention, just simply to wake us up, to let us know it's time? You all got to wake up now. You've been sleepwalking. You've been dreaming a dream. It's time to join the rest of the galactic family. The Amazonian tribes, again, refer to the gray aliens as Mankuna Wabu or Myoshibu. Ant-like creatures or giant ants that live underground can appear in the divine light of Nishipan. So, yeah, they're not the ant people. The grays are not the ant beings. Just, again, there are many different beings in play here. It says they can drag your soul underground and take a powerful shaman to retrieve it. Yes, Cindy and I like to think of ourselves as modern shamans, and I think that there is a whole new class of modern shamans that are being developed right now to walk in between the worlds. This is a natural ability to be, again, interacting with beings of different densities. There's a prohibition against any graven images, and that's because, again, they don't want to leave evidence. There's also a prohibition against communicating to spirits of the dead and other entities because it destroys the narrative that was given to us by the church and the power structure that's in place that needs to have humans thinking that they're all that there is and that they better follow, again, organized religion and the political structure in order to stay safe and secure and in the best graces of those Elohim beings. Again, no, nothing could be farther from the truth. You need nothing. You need no dogma. You need to just learn to develop the ability to go within. And you need to, they use certain substances like ayahuasca to do these journeys and stuff. We need to be as clean and sober and sharp and healthy as possible in order to become the very best version of ourselves. And again, going within, that's the key. That's the key, a daily spiritual practice.
And this little kitty, Mike says that does not look comfortable, but I do think he's just trying to crawl back into mommy's womb somehow. I love how the fur pokes out of the holes and makes a pattern. He's just super cute, a little white bowl of fluff.
We're growing and we're realizing, again, we've had very, very restricted belief systems that keep us from understanding how the universe works. And that does include science. It really does include the science that we've been given and the history that we've been given. We have far more capability than what we've been told. Again, your consciousness does not arise from chemical reactions in your brain. Your brain is just an operating system, part of an operating system for this body, which is nothing but a vehicle. It's just a container for your consciousness, which ultimately is, of course, eternal. And you go on. You just simply go from one state of being to another. No fear, no matter what the circumstances, because fear just lowers our frequency. This is why they entrain us with an addiction to fearful events. And when you look to the news and the headlines, if it's not full of fear, nobody looks at it. And that's really sad, but it's true. Because we've been conditioned in that way. Because again, every time we feel fear, we are feeding certain entities. Learn Buddhist detachment, learn meditation, learn yoga, learn Qigong, and things along those lines. Those are the keys and the real technology for the age that we're just starting to dip our toes into. Everything is really all about light and consciousness.
It's a fun ride.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys are subscribed to all 3 channels. Heart's Home is our newest channel. That's more how-to spirituality on YouTube. Everything goes on Patreon in one place. As always, much love, and we look forward to your comments. Please do share these videos and help awaken others.
Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.